Hey guys, recently a bunch of film school friends and I shot a high-budget 1960s historical drama movie, and this is how we did it. When I got approached with this project, it was such a fun idea of a kid who is inventing like a nuclear fusion reactor. It was like wild. It was a really fun team of people. We immediately got to work, location scouting, finding places that fit the 1960s vibe. I was working with the director on the shot list, trying to figure out how we want to cover these angles based on the script. It was, a lot of things to shoot. And yeah, in terms of gear, this is honestly the first time I used an Arri Alexa Mini on a project as the cinematographer. It's always fun to get more budget and then doing more cool things that you've never done before as a DP, right? We were shooting on Friday, so I got all of the equipment. All right, we're gonna see if this doorway dolly's gonna fit in there or not. Yo, the dolly worked. Guys, we got everything to fit inside. That's quite incredible, Evan. And we went to the house location where we shot a few of the scenes. It was kind of like a slower start because we're getting used to working with each other and, getting used to shooting on the Alexa Mini, I guess. But yeah, we got some really beautiful shots during Blue Hour. As we went along, I started, taking note of a lot of things I could do better. And I think that's all about, right? Getting the experience to know how you can improve for the next time, in terms of even leadership qualities, the technical stuff to be wary of. Yeah, and then we did some stuff at the dinner table as well. It was a really good idea to do the first day as more of the chiller stuff, right? So you're not immediately thrown into the deep end. Yeah, so then the next day we were shooting at the film school. We booked a classroom where we were doing the television segment of the guy talking about stars. It was kind of like a Bill 9 sequence. So we had a backdrop and then we're lighting him very much fronty, in 1960s television, right? He was reading off the teleprompter kind of thing. We put on our crew's head and he was reading off of it. And also in the backdrop we had these stars. So we put our phones there to make it look like the background is shining stars. It was kind of a fun, stupid thing. So afterwards we went to this backyard of the film frat and then we shot the backyard stargazing sequence. We did dolly tracks, so we were rehearsing that a few times. Honestly, that scene was a little bit difficult to do just because how complex. We had all these extras, we were trying to block them, and then we were mainly using the natural light, right? But obviously it started getting dark really fast, so we try to put in some light into the scene to make it better. So yeah, after we finally wrapped, we all went to my place with the director because the next day was actually the hardest day with the most complex stuff. So we were trying to plan out the blocking, the camera, just how everything is going to be shot the next day. The third day was definitely the hardest day. It was in a warehouse location. There was also extras this day, but also dolly stuff. And the hardest thing about this day was there were so many shots to get through in so little time. So immediately we got to work, setting up the lighting in the whole location. My gaffing team was great. And then I was doing the dolly stuff. And then we moved into this smaller closet within the warehouse, and it was really challenging to light, but we figured out how to do it with practicals and how to rig a light onto the ceiling, which is super fun. I was doing some shoulder rig stuff, more of the handheld movements. Guys, YouTube? Hi. That was YouTube? And then we also did some stuff with this VFX artist. They were kind of giving us advice on how to set up the scene and how to shoot it in a way where it works with the VFX. And then yeah, honestly, it couldn't have been better. We got most of the shots we needed that day. We had more extras coming towards the end of the day to shoot more of that stuff.
Class?
Oh, it's so cool, bro!
Cool,
It's
guys.
so cool!
The director's happy.
Jake, stop!
There you go. Oh my!
But then, as we were wrapping, we noticed something flying around, and it was a freaking bat. What made it even worse was that we couldn't turn on the lights because there's no lights in that place, so we were only lighting it with our equipment. And then there's these bats spawned in out of nowhere. It was straight up dive bombing us, and it was we didn't even know what to do because we're we should try to light it out the door, but it's not flying out of the door. And then after that, we took a week-long break. We came back finally, and then we were back on the Alexa Mini. Yeah, we were shooting a quick scene at a house. It was a really simple scene on that Friday night. And then the Saturday and Sunday, it was all in this garage location. There was a lot of scenes within the garage of the kid having conversation with his dad, with the professor, and just figuring out creative ways of lighting these scenes. What's up, E-Man? What up, bro?
What is this?
What's what?
Should we go in Ahsoka?
But we still, and we used to vision.
And then we did some scenes of him watching the TV, which was fun to like figure out the lighting for that as well. Yeah, honestly, my team just freaking killed it. You know, just like we were figuring out how to make things work. And the biggest thing was like having not as many crew made it a little bit challenging, but you know, obviously like when one guy like drops out, like you just have to do even more work, and that's okay. Like that's a lot of the fun of filmmaking, I think. Everything flowed so well together, like we understand how to move and how to work with each other. And yeah, this was definitely one of the more high-end projects. You know, they raised a bunch of money for it, so we were able to do a lot of things the proper way. Yeah, I can't wait for this film to come out and to show you guys. And if you guys want to see how I shot a movie that took place in outer space, then check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys there. Peace out.